Hey everybody, well this is part one in the series of pulling this 390 Ford FE engine out of this Dodge and putting it in my 66 F100 and getting it running, driving, licensed, insured, safe and legal on the road within a month. And like I said in my last video, I know a lot of you probably say, oh, I can do that in a couple days. Yeah, but say I'm working by myself and I only work out here in the shop a few hours a day. Some days I don't even come out here to the shop. Plus trying to film all this too, it takes a little more time, and I've got to go through all the wiring on that 66 F100. It's a lot of wiring that's bad, so I've got to check everything out, make sure it's safe, not going to catch on fire, and so it's going to take me some time. Hopefully I'll get it done in less than a month. Hopefully I'll get it done in a few weeks, but we'll see. All right, first off, get ready to pull this engine out. We got the front clip off, and don't have my microphone on right now because my battery died on me while I was filming, so I missed us actually lifting it off the front. But what we did, we lifted off the front clip, had my nephew helping me. We came around, went to the back and just put it up in the bed, and that's where I picked up. It's where we was actually loading it in the bed. So yeah, we got the front clip off now. Forgot to unhook the drive shaft, so that popped loose because it still had it in park. That's all right. That means I ain't got to take it loose later. I've got the old Ford FE and the transmission out of that Dodge. I thought it was a C6, but that's a C4. It could be one of those old 2-speed automatics that Ford made. I think they call them Cruise-O-Matics or something like that. I'm not sure. But it was similar to the old Chevrolet Powerglide 2-speed transmission. So it's either that or a C4. It's definitely not a C6. So now I've got to get that old Dodge moved out of the way and got to get the old Ford from back there around here. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty simple to change this out. Just gotta unplug those 2 wires there, or plugs there, and that plug there. Then there's 2 bolts holding the fender on, maybe 3, but I only saw 2 holding the fender, back of the fenders onto the cab. Then transmission lines, radiator hose, bottom one's already loose. Then these 2 bolts up front holding it to the frame. Then I can lift the whole thing off, radiator and all, set off to the side. And then I can pull the hood off. Now that I got it in here, get the front clip off. Yeah, that front clip has been changed, or the inner fenders and the grill has anyways. I'm not sure about the outer fenders. But it is a 66 with a 65 grill. Original 66 inner fenders would bolt up here. And let's see. Yeah. There would be 2 bolts here and then 1 bolt here. And the same on the other side. Yeah. So 2 bolts there and then 1 bolt there. And as you can see on these inner fenders, they don't have that part back here that it bolts to the cab. While I've got this apart, I would like to find another 66 front clip. If I can find one, somebody's got an old 66 truck, it'd be good for parts. Another reason is because 65 and earlier had the battery under the floorboard. And the 66 and up has the battery under the hood on the inner fender. Those inner fenders do not have a place to put a battery. And this cab does not have a battery box in the floorboard. So I'll have to figure that out. Get this out before, dang it. Alright, there's one. Alright, there's the other header. Over there. Okay, transmission is loose, drive shaft is loose. Just gotta lay it down, pull the motor mounts, be ready to lift out of there. Well, I've got the engine and transmission out now. Next step is to separate the two and Move that engine out of the way. Went and put a new filter, pan gasket on it. Rear seal seems to be fine. It was holding just fine. I'll check the front seal when I pull it loose to make sure. And then I'll get the other engine bolted up and then start putting it back in. Okay, so that's where I'm at for this week. It's been 1 week. Could have got a lot more accomplished, but I had other stuff come up on different days. So to get this much done, I'm pretty happy with it. So now I just got to finish up, which is a lot to do to finish up. All right, well, that'll do it for this part 1 in this series of seeing how quick I can get this old pickup going. Tune in next week for part 2, and appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take care.